Hey everyone, hope we're all doing well. Um, Trying another math stream today. Let's see how it goes. Hey Ivan. Yeah, feel free to post it in chat here, or if it's easier to put a picture or just type it in Discord, feel free to join my Discord too. I'm also happy to get into voice chat if that helps. Okay, let's take a look at Ivan's. Oh, and thank you for the follow. In a shop, a bag of the signature tea is mixed tea, 60% of which is TA, 40% of which is TB. 2 years ago, the cost price of TB was twice that of TA. The shop owner sold a bag of the signature tea at a profit of 30%. To know the cost price of TA 2 years ago by X dollars per gram and the weight of a bag of the signature tea. This is a lot of words, okay? I'm trying to make sure, I think I know what's happening here, but I'm trying to make sure that I'm going to express things in terms of how the problem wants them. I see this problem started. I might realize something slightly off here, but waiting for anything you've seen. Someone asked me up listening, you felt embarrassed for not knowing. No, it's basic math, but it's very exact in its wording. Um, like the math itself, I don't think is going to be that actually hard, but setting up the equation actually is. So I don't blame you for not knowing. So, okay, the end goal is the selling price of the bag of signature tea 2 years ago in terms of X and Y. So let's see, cost for TA is X dollars per gram. And the cost of TB, we said was twice of TA. So that means it's good. The cost for TB is going to be 2 times X per gram. So that means the total cost. Do they say how much a tea bag weighs? I guess, do we do the cost in terms of? Oh yeah, it's Y. Okay, they say the weight of the signature, the total weight is Y. Okay. So let's write that down. So if the total weight is Y, the weight of TA is 60% of the bag. And so that means TA, it weighs 0.6 times Y, and that 0.6 is 60%. Because the rule of percents is you move the decimal to the left twice. So you go from 60, put the decimal point there, go to the left twice, and that's how you get 0.6. So that's where I got the 0.6Y from. Oh, yeah, I mean, I think we have all the info we need. It's just like understanding it. For TB, we do the similar thing, but it's 40%, so we get 0.4 times Y. So our cost is dollars per weight, and we have the weight. So I think we're ready to actually answer the question here. So I'm sure what they want. Oh wait, we're not quite ready to answer the question. So let's make an equation for the cost. So well, they want us the final selling price, and I mean, if they want to see the answer, it'll be a bit more clear what they want. It's definitely it's not easy to understand this question, but all this is just rephrasing what the word problem said in terms of math and trying to get things more into variables. So let's look at the total cost now. So it's going to be the cost of TA plus the cost of TB. You have to make sure to multiply the cost by the weight because we're given per gram for our cost. No, it's very, very easy to make this more complicated than it has to be because the phrasing is so complicated. So let's look at TA first. So it costs X dollars per gram times the weight of 0.6 Y grams. Oops, that's not a zero at all. 0.6 Y, and this is, oh, it's going to get a bit messy but with the Y and a G, but 0.6 Y, and it's implied that's in grams. At least I hope that's in grams. So this is, let me get my red pen. This is combining the information that we have for TA. Now let's look at TB. So we're going to add the same thing here, but 2x per gram times the weight of 0.4 Y in grams. And this is TB. Every time I say TB, I think of tuberculosis. That's how it's like abbreviated. And so we can simplify this a little bit because grams and grams cancel out. And the total, it makes sense for the total cost to only be in dollars. So we do want these grams to cancel out. So actually, let me not. So I mean, it's a little bit messy to include the dollar signs in the equation, but I'll do it. So it's going to be the grams and the grams will cancel. Same over here. And we're left with 0.6 times Y times X, and I'll rearrange it into a nicer format that's a bit more conventional. 0.6 XY, and I saw the dollar sign there. You could remove it though, just for the sake of the equation if it looks nicer. We have something over here, but we have 2 times X times 0.4 times Y. So 2 times 0.4 is 0.8 XY. So this is the total. Oh wait, actually we should combine these two terms. Oh, hey, how's it going? Yeah, I'm making it pop up on stream. Uh, so I think it'll help if I want to post this onto YouTube. I only started doing it last week. And hey, Sensation, it's not too hard to set up. I use Stream Elements to do it. And it took a little bit of like figuring out how to use their interface, but it could have been worse. Okay, so we'd have an xy term and an xy term, so we can add those together. 0.6 plus 0.8 is 1.4. So the total cost is 1.4 times x times y dollars. But they're not asking about the total cost, they're asking about the selling price. Yeah, Ivan, I completely agree. Hey, Viv. Ivan posted it in chat. Oh, that's great to hear, Ivan. Thank you for that. I'll copy paste Ivan's message so you can see it, Viv. It's the math itself isn't that hard. It's just, oh, thank you, Jed, uh, for pinning that. Okay. And wow, it's so big that you have to like scroll even in the pin. So we have the cost. They're asking about the selling price. So this is like the price that the grocery store pays, but they sell it for a higher price. And they say they're selling it at a profit of 30%. So we need to include that 30% profit in here for the final selling price. So I'm going to come over here. So the selling price Oh, good. I didn't even give myself enough space. Dude, I'm so bad about writing big and giving myself enough space to do things. The selling price. We're selling at a profit of 30%. So we need to increase our cost by 30%. And let's start with our cost, and we'll multiply it by something. So 1.4 xy. And then we need to multiply by something to increase by 30%. If you want an increase of 30%, we use our same rule to move the decimal to the left twice. Then you put a 1 in front of it now instead of a 0. So it's 1.3. And that's what you multiply by. So you multiply by 1.3 if you want to increase whatever this is by 30%. And then you'd want to multiply the 1.3 by the 1.4. I'm not that good at mental math. 13 times 14. Actually, wait, am I good at mental math? 140 plus 42 is 182. Dude, I'm a genius, I think. Probably not. Wait, if it's 182, did I miss a digit? That's way too low. No, it's not. 182, so and then you move this one to the left twice, 1.82 xy. That's the final answer, I think. It's a very weird question, but I'm pretty sure that's our answer. Oh, I did it wrong, but I still got to the right answer. Okay, thank you, Viv. Wait. Oh no, I did it right. We just did the trick differently. Here's a question. Why does the fireplace look like a painting? Oh, I don't know. Let me move out of the way. It does look like a painting. I guess it's the way it's framed with the shelves. Chef was thinking it too. Ivan, yeah. Yeah, it's just the boarding. Yeah, I do, Viv. Got to get better on it. You saw me like hesitate for like a good like minute there trying to figure it out, so I don't blame you. When do you ever use a fireplace? Never. Apparently, you have to. There's like no burn days and things like that that you have to worry about if you do want to use it. Yeah, I mean it gets a little cold during the winters, but when I say cold, it's like cold for Californians, which most people wouldn't consider that cold. Like 50 degrees Fahrenheit. It's gonna be like below for a lot of it. 50 F to C. It's like 10 C. It does get lower. I can get into like the 40s. That's not a 4 in case anyone was curious. That's a 7. So down to like 4 degrees Celsius. That's a bit more rare though. Get to 16 F. Oh god, yeah, that's below. Or that's like below freezing by a good bit. Little the hair more than a Scotch. Hey, Central. The answer is 6. Oh, thank you. And you know what? Central, since you said my mic was quiet, I went back and listened to your VOD, and like, I'm sorry for how quiet I was. I figured out what the problem was. There's a driver from the Phantom Power for my mic that is apparently horrible. So I like reinstalled it, and it should be a lot louder now. So the next time we play, it should hopefully be better. The closest it gets here is 10F. That's like a night or two per season. Oh, yeah. Okay, so it sounds like we're all good on that T problem, so let's blink wider for short. Well, oh, okay. Well, either way, I'll have more control over how loud it was, because I wasn't even able to like increase it without like peaking my mic before, and now I can. You have to, I mean, I guess you don't have to, yeah. Oh. Oh, you know what? Man, you just missed the math problem that was about T. It would have been perfect since you're British. Oh well. Only that there's some crumpets involved too. You don't drink tea? Oh well, it are you allowed to say that? Like, will you get arrested if you don't drink tea? Crumpets are overrated. I don't think I've ever eaten a crumpet. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry, Welsh. I forgot. The word Scotch comes from the Japanese word tsukashi or skoshi. Oh, oh, that's interesting. I'd never heard that. You should drink tea. I actually do have tea right here. I haven't taken a sip yet because I was waiting for it to cool it. They're coming for you. Oh yeah, it's chef. Like the Germans who don't drink beer. Mostly drink chai. I never had chai. I'd love to try it. I know it's all the rage. Yeah, I did hear that that's proper to say just chai and not chai tea, which is redundant. Let's see. This one it has an answer from Alkalaner. Let's move on. Don't be shy. Try chai. That's almost a tongue twister. Shy, try chai. Try, try, chai. Try. It is a tongue twister. I said try. Shy, try, try. Try. Yeah, dude. I can't say that. What are you gonna do about it? That's what I'm gonna do about it. That's a meme, chat. We should try tea, try tea, try tea. All right. I'll have to make an automod rule to just like delete that and take care of it. um, okay, here's a stats question that no one has answered. Chair tea? That sounds disgusting. Oh my god. Like an old leather chair that's had like 1,000 farts in it. Need to know everyone's view on ethics? It's a big question. Why is that, Shep? Ethics? They're generally a good thing to have them, I would think. And it depends much on Herman Miller's how to become a T. I've looked into getting like, or like every time I looked into getting Alpha's chair, you either spend like $50 on a crappy chair or $2,000 on a Herman Miller chair. There's no in between. Are they really needed? I would think so. I mean, I guess they're not needed, but they're nice to have. Um, how much time do you spend on a chair? That's a good point, Viv. I do spend a lot of time in the chair. It's just hard to get over the price tag. Same thing with the mattress too, I guess. Um, a cheap kitchen chair at my desk that's about 10 years old. Oh God, does it even have padding? Getting a nice mattress is the best decision you made. I bet. You just started learning primitives. Uh, is that a calculus thing? I never heard of primitives. Don hates calculus. Yeah, exactly. Just say no. Yeah. Uh, it's a trick. Oh, like derivatives maybe, or limits, or differentials. And you know, it's funny you should ask because on my YouTube channel, I actually have a video called "Things I Wish I Knew Before Taking a Calculus Class." Shameless plug. It's in the first link if you're curious. It's I plugging my YouTube shameless. Yeah, yeah. I just made it a few weeks ago. And now, unfortunately, that calculus video is my very first like actual video, and the editing is really bad. The audio is really quiet. So I'm gonna redo it one day, but once I get like better at editing and being on camera. Oh, pre-calc. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing that I mean, depending on the country, will be your last year of high school math. But yeah, if you're just finishing up pre-calc and going into calculus, that video that I made is actually kind of like marketed towards you. Um, it's very different from any kind of math that I ever did before when I first learned calculus. And the sooner you can get used to it, the better. Just like knowing the fundamentals. That's what he comes when came up. Start filming yourself naked. Oh, that's a great idea. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ivan. And you don't have to. I just like to shamelessly plug myself, but I appreciate it if you do. That's not you had a dream that you're back in high school and you failed your finals. I've had dreams like that. Full of great ideas. Okay, well, what's this problem? I spent long enough doing nothing. There are two types of tires, winter and summer, and two manufacturers, one and two, so four different tires in total. There are 12 cars, and each car does 12 trials of each type of tire. We need to analyze the data. Okay. Mean standard deviation done paired t-test. Good. That's my first thought. Do a paired t-test. That's what the paired t-test does. I wonder what they're... Wait, you don't spell with a Y? There's no way you spell tire with a Y. I've not heard that before, or I haven't seen it before. Let me... I'm gonna Google that. Well, I mean, Y is a vowel in regular English too, depending on how you define it. Okay, I just want to make sure that Google wouldn't like dox me if I Google that. So there's a place in Lebanon called Tyre. British spelling of tire. Okay, I guess it is a thing. But they just pronounce it ire because they don't say T's. um, in order to question me again, you pesky American. I know I should respect the people who colonized us, I guess, after we broke away. We took the U's out of our words, replaced the Y's with I's. Oh God, Shep. Uh, but I'm okay with some banter, Shep, but don't go too far down that rabbit hole, please. I don't want people to feel excluded. Um, okay. Oh yeah, Central likes cooking, so I'd expect him to like the French, right? Very misunderstood. There we go. Yeah, see, there's some French love or love for French people. The paired t-test. It's meant to answer. You did acceleration for French people don't have the best food. Who is it in your opinion, Viv? I mean, I think there's good food all over the world, but you're allowed to have a favorite. Oh, Ivan, are you French? I get papillon, lack of bathing. You are just not France. Okay, you're not French. Oh, okay. Happily. Oh God. She did acceleration for summer minus for winter. You've been there a few times. Oh, okay. It seems like a fantastic place to visit. Minus for winter, and you get a positive. Hey, there's the French mod, chef. You're walking on thin ice now. Didn't Clem's USA to have the best food. I find a place to dispose to. Wait, barbecue's awesome though. Central. Most of our food is stolen from other like cultures, but barbecue is an American thing. That's awesome. India has the best food for you, Viv. I never tried it. I want to. All food is stolen from other cultures. Oh yeah. And there's really good food in America, but whether I guess you want to call it American or not, I guess it's up for debate. You think the French are the best? Oh, chef, you're changing your tune now that Hoo-Hoo's here. Or just so long ago, people forgot it was stolen or borrowed. Best American food is fortune cookies. They are pretty great. Uh, or you can get a positive test statistic with a significant result. Summer tires would or you would conclude that summer tires give faster acceleration. That's a question, right? About the speed of acceleration? Yeah. Oh, wait, oh, two manufacturers. I didn't see that. Wait. Oh, two different types of tires from two different manufacturers. Maybe they want a chi-square test. You go to America and great food from all around the world, just none of it is American. That's fine to have that, except for like barbecue. That is like our one thing. But I think it makes sense for America because it's a country of immigrants. So I definitely don't mind like being thought of like that. Oh, Ivan, you're Portuguese. Okay. Can just say barbecue, BBQ. Best engineers in the world. Oh yeah. So okay, I need to go to Texas and try their food. Same. I have not really been to the South at all. Like Kansas seems like a cool place that people don't really like talk about. Um, I see a proper barbecue food. UK can't do other cuisines. So you learn to do it yourself. Oh yeah, BBQ song in Discord. Oh okay. Well, I'm definitely not good, can listen to music on stream, but I'll take a listen after the stream. Was it the Verdone capital? What is that? Uh, you don't think it's copyrighted? Oh okay. Be able to cook authentic food properly yourself. Yeah, that's the way to do it unless you can actually like travel there. I don't know what this person actually wants. I don't think they can do a. I think they need a chi-square test. Oh, bourbon. Wait, I thought you don't drink though, chef. Bourbon is in like the liquor, or like the alcoholic drink. Oh, you're interested in oh, okay, yeah, you probably love to see a distillery. Yeah, I see what you mean by that. Oh yeah, and you can also definitely cook with them and burn off the alcohol. That's true. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, I gotta think there's great food in Britain too. I don't think any place has bad food unless there's like literally a famine happening or something. I don't think like there's any group of people who enjoys eating like bad food or like there's good things to be had no matter where you are. How about that? That's what I'm trying to say. We have 4 real seasons of growing food here. Perfect. Ivan, a root vegetable is a vegetable like grows under the ground, like potatoes and beets, right? Are considered root vegetables, if I'm not wrong. Unless you're in a gluten-free vegan restaurant. Oh, you weren't asking what they are, just like what kind of cuisine. Okay, okay. Honestly, vegan food, like the substitutes they've only gotten better and better. In my fridge right now, I was doing some lazy cooking, and I have the farfalle. I don't know how you pronounce it, but the bow tie pasta with some red sauce and vegan meatballs, and the meatballs are like I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Oh, I want to try beef Wellington so bad. From like one of Gordon Ramsay's restaurants. I think we want a chi-square test of independence. You've made it and had it. Oh man, how was it? Oh, that's for SPSS. I want a general. Fucking amazing. I bet. Oh yeah, I'm sure it's expensive, but it must be worth the experience. Pictures? Ooh, Central, if there's pictures in your Discord, I could show them quickly. Actually, let me look. Oh, I think I see it in your Discord, Central. Let me bring it up on stream. Uh, you can give the expected values, Viv. You basically set up a 2x2 table. So it looks like this is the beef Wellington in question, which looks amazing. I can't make it bigger. But yeah, like all this food looks great. You made some fried chicken, that also looks great. Yes, Central likes his cooking. Was it 47 bucks a person? That seems really nice. Oh, it's so fancy. It doesn't have the prices on the menu, does it? Oh, wait, no. Oh, that's wine pairing on the bottom. I'm not sure, but yeah, looks great. Okay. Um, wait, fish, rice, and some... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, chef, you said you literally just like eating bland food. Okay, so for For the chi-square test, you would make a table of expected values. Since you have two different variables, you'd have a 2x2 table, and you'd expect each one to be 25, 25, 25, 25, or, you know, like 25% in each. And you test how different the actual... No, that's not right. That's for categorical. I like talking about food too. I'm just trying to like get a balance. I'm a lot of food, or I'm a lot of tea, not food. Well, tea is food to some people, maybe. I'm putting my mug away. 1 second. Oh, brisket? That sounds great, Alti. Also, hi, Alti. Okay, so you might be right that it might not be chi-square test as I was thinking of it, because the car acceleration is quantitative, not categorical, but the manufacturer... Hmm. Hey Abdul, differential equations. It's sometimes a little bit sketchy for whether I can do them or not, but if you post the question, I bet you I can figure it out. Never have brisket and makes you sad. So if you get in the UK, it'll be shit. Let's go find a proper place that does it right, but that's effort. Yeah, it'd be cool to learn how to smoke meat, because it does seem like barbecue is something you can do anywhere, because you can get the meat anywhere, and I don't think they use that Vegas spices or anything. It takes a lot of like skill though to get it right. Let me get a fan on. It's hella stuffy in here. It shouldn't be blowing into my mic. We have food festivals. Oh yeah. And thanks Jed for linking the Discord. Normally Abdul's put their stuff been able to get in chat though, I think. Actually, I don't remember. I might be wrong. Can chi-square be used with no, it's two categorical variables. Stats test with categorical and quantitative data. Okay, let's look at Abdul's question. Tu prime minus u equals u cubed. Ooh, that's nonlinear. I might not be able to do that. I was hoping it'd be a more basic one. Let me see. Huh, where do they even do the nonlinear ones? Even if vessels look around but don't eat anything at them? You know, if you enjoy it, I guess I won't judge. And for tu prime minus u equals u cubed. U prime equals 1 over... Oh, you're right! Or, can you separate it? Yeah, okay, let's try that. That might be the way. I was trying to find, like, this, like, techniques called, like, variation of parameters and stuff. But if we can separate it, that'd be way better. So if we have tu prime minus u, that looks like a... I don't know what that looks like, but it's not, it doesn't look like u. Minus u is equal to u cubed. Let's get the u on the other side. And I'm going to write u prime as du by dt is equal to u cubed minus u. And then if we can do the separation of variables, we would divide each side by u cubed minus u and divide each side by t to get 1 over u cubed minus u du, and I'll multiply it through by dt as well, equals 1 over t dt. And then you would integrate this. I guess that works. It's lucky that it's separable. That's not going to be a trivial integral to do, but it should be possible. Oh, it's going to be partial fractions. Okay. Let's look at what happens when you integrate each side. So, I mean, 1 over t at least will be easy enough. ln absolute value of t. Well, that's tt. And I'll do the plus c over on this side. Oh my god, yeah, central. I want to show that clip before I get too deep in this. I forgot about that. So yesterday I was playing DayZ with Central. I had just avenged the person who killed him, and he was signing off for the day. But I forgot that I was still on Discord with him.
You had some cleaning kits too.
Happens.
Andra, Mosin.
Oh, that's my cleaning kits! He just randomly yells.
You
and scares the crap out of me when my like adrenaline is highest after just having gotten a kill. It's a good clip.
I forgot I was in. Wow, you had some cleaning kits.
Yeah. Oh my god. My yeah, shit. My focus is not on math, and I'm okay with that because as long as we're having a good time, that's all I care about. Let's work on Abdul's problem. So. You're right, Central. I'm just gonna start like timing you out when I have to do math. Give me a little break. So we need to integrate 1 over u cubed minus u. I'm gonna factor this out. So we can factor out a u from this, and we get u squared minus 1. U squared minus 1 is a difference of 2 squares. So it's u times u plus 1 times u minus 1. And I think this is going to be your normal partial fractions. So let's do that. I know there's a quicker way to do partial fractions. I just can never remember it. So I'm going to do it the slow way. A over u plus b over u plus 1 plus c over u minus 1. We multiply through by all the denominators here. And we get 1 is equal to a u plus 1, u minus 1. Oops. Plus b times u minus 1 plus c times u plus 1. You go sit in the corner? Yeah. Yeah, Central is definitely the class clown. Okay, so multiplying all of this out on this side, we get au squared minus a plus bu squared minus bu plus cu times u plus 1, cu squared plus cu. No, I won't write an m there. Now we group all the like terms, so u squared, and u squared. Plus bu squared plus cu squared. Now all the u terms, we have minus bu plus cu. And then all the constants, minus a, and that's it. So that gives us a nice easy one because the constant in a constant, minus a is equal to 1. A equals -1. Now we just have to work on the other b and c. We know from this that a plus b plus c equals 0 because there's no u squared term over here. A is -1. So that means b plus c equals 1 if you plug -1 in for a and add it to the other side. Make sure there's nothing new in chat. I think I fell asleep during your last stream yesterday. Oh, hey, well, I'll take that, Shep. You can fall asleep to my stream all you want. Oh, what are those emotes? Oh. Harley Quinn and the Joker. Wait, is it plus you? Oh, you're right, Abdul. Oh, that makes the problem so much harder. But you're right. I made a mistake. Thank you for catching that. That does, ooh, okay. I mean, it does make it that much harder. Just partial fractions is different. Yeah, I do suck. I was doing all this algebra after making a simple mistake on step 1. Okay. It's still not that bad. It's just a little bit more messy. So I'll still substitute a u out from there. U squared plus 1. But that's irreducible unless you want to get into imaginary numbers, so we're not going to do it. Don, yeah, Don does math wrong. Yeah, back to the corner. Thank you, Shep. Okay, so let's do partial fractions on that. 1 over u squared plus 1 is equal to, we still have a over u, but then this other term is going to be bu plus c over u squared plus 1. And then we do the same thing. So 1 is equal to a u squared plus 1 plus bu plus c times u. Let's multiply everything out again. Au squared, we get a bu squared term, so I'm going to bring that over. We have a cu term, so I'll do that next. And then we have just an a term there. Actually, this is even easier partial fractions. Never mind, I was complaining about nothing. A equals 1. A plus b equals 0. And a equals 1, so b equals -1. And then c equals 0. Okay, that could have been so much worse. This one's pretty gross. Oh, wait, let me see. Oh, that's the final answer that you get, Abdul? Oh, you're trying to isolate you? That might not be possible. Let me see if I get the same result as you. It looks like we're going in, the same way. Wait, shouldn't you get a tangent? Maybe not. No, it'd be an ln. Okay, so working my thought on the integral, we know this is equal to 1 over u plus negative u over u squared plus 1 du. This one we can do with a substitution. I'll use v because we're already using u. That integrates to ln u. For this one, v is equal to u squared plus 1. I should make that v more obviously a v. dv is equal to 2u du. And then this 2u, or that u will cancel out with that u. Minus integral 1/2 1 over v dv. Good. Actually, it might be possible to, actually, I don't know. Let me not get too far ahead of myself for isolating variables. I'm going to unsub already. ln u squared plus 1. Okay, so that's the result for the integral. And I think we got the same thing, right? Hey, Datas. How's it going? Thank you for the follow. So we do get the same thing for the result, Abdul. That's good. I'm going to play Phasmo tonight. Probably not, Shep. I'm still feeling a little burnt out on Phasmo. I'm hoping on Saturday I'll get it in for a stream again. But I was just playing it way too much last week, and I was gonna like burn out on it if I played it anymore. Okay. So I think Abdul and I have gotten to the same place now. ln u plus, or minus a half ln u squared plus 1. Now we can do e to the power of each side, which would give us u minus. Now the 1/2 in front is going to become an exponent, which kind of sucks. Maybe that's what Alti meant when with this one being messy. And it's a minus 1/2 too. T just becomes t, and e to the c is still a constant, so I'm just going to still call it c. It's technically bad form, but it doesn't actually matter. Mivanu said you were. Oh yeah, because you wouldn't be able to play a ship. Data's. Oh yeah, this one is a differential equations. It's pretty advanced math, but I'm happy to help with any type of math, even if it's not crazy calculus things. I did e to the power of each side, Alti. Did I do it wrong? Oh wait, these should be multiplied, not subtracted. If that's what you mean. You need a moment after this? Okay, Evan. Shouldn't be plus c. Really, Alti be times? Because, oh, when you do this, I made the same mistake over here, right? Yeah, so it would be c times t. I was doing that too quickly in my head, but if you have e to the ln t plus c, that's equal to e to the ln t times e to the c. The e and the ln basically cancel out. The t comes down, and we name e to the c our new constant. So you're right, Alti, it should be c times t. Thank you for making that catch. Okay. So let's, I guess, rewrite it without the exponent and use a square root instead. U over root u squared plus 1 is equal to ct. Now, I don't know if it's possible to isolate u here. Do you know if you have to do that, Abdul? Hey, math is a lot of calculus. Oh, that's some of my favorite math datas. Really? We can plug this into Wolfram Alpha. I doubt you can get this explicitly for you, though. You can maybe square each side. Even then, I don't see it. We can give it to Wolfram Alpha and see what it thinks. I'll use x's instead of u's. I'll use y's instead of u's. And x's on the other side. So Wolfram Alpha gets confused when you use things that aren't x and y. Root y squared plus 1 is equal to x. And we'll just remember ourselves for it's a c in front of the x. Oh wait. Oh no, this solution only applies for certain intervals of x. So if we can reduce it down to if you're only working in an interval, I guess this might apply. Or wait, how does it get this? You rationalize, and then you square it? Oh, my math level datas? I have a bachelor's in applied math. Hey, Cooks. Okay, so it looks like you can solve this for you. So let's try it. I was assuming it wouldn't be possible. Oh yeah. Wait. Oh yeah, Abdul, you get some crazy problems for being in Calculus 1. I didn't have to do anything like this in Calculus 1. Okay, so let's do what Wolfram Alpha said. Let's multiply 3 by the square root, and I assume Wolfram Alpha's next step is going to be square each side. So multiply 3 by the root, and then we square each side. We get u squared is equal to c squared. I guess I'll keep the squared. I don't know. I assume we can get rid of the squared, but I'm just going to keep it in case. Times u squared plus 1. And then I guess we want to multiply this out. I think we can get rid of the squared in the c, the more that I look at it. C t squared u squared plus c t squared. And then we bring this over to the other side. We factor out the u squared and we divide. Okay. So we get u squared minus c t squared u squared is equal to c t squared. I'm going to bring it up here. U squared 1 minus c t squared is equal to c t squared. You hate your teacher? Yeah, Abdul, this kind of sucks. And we divide each side by 1 minus ct squared. So u squared is equal to ct squared over 1 minus ct squared. And then we square root each side to get as our final step. Technically, there can be a plus and minus. You might be able to choose one or the other based on the conditions of the problem. But I guess that, I mean, that isolates u right there. Sorry if it's written too small. I was kind of running out of room, but I hope it's legible on stream. Okay. So Abdul, let me know if you have any questions about that or if you need me to write it bigger. Do I have strong ethics? I like to think so. Does anyone think they have weak ethics? All right, so u equals t. Oh, yeah, that works too, Abdul. That's actually one more step past what I did. Actually, that's like 2 more steps. But I see now, yeah, we absolutely could make that simplification. Do I value ethics in business? Oh, yeah. I'd much rather buy from an ethical company if I can help it, and I have the money to spend on it. But you actually can do some more work on this. Okay. I'm going to make some really nice math spaghetti here and come over here and erase some of this partial fractions work, since you already did that on your own anyway. So if we have u equals plus or minus root ct squared over 1 minus ct squared, we can factor out a c from the bottom. we introduced a C term there, but that's okay because it'll look nicer. I mean, it doesn't actually matter, but it looks nicer, I guess. So C t squared over C. Oh, wait. It'll be 1 over C. Oh, which we still just turn back into C. I see. I see. Get it, huh? So when you factor out a C from this becomes 1 over C, but that's still just a constant, so we can still call that C again. And these C's will cancel out. So U is equal to plus or minus T squared C minus T squared. And now you split up the square root onto the top and bottom. Root T squared over C minus T squared root. And root of T squared is the absolute value of T, which is how they got that. And I assume you can get rid of the plus and minus once you do that. I don't actually know if that works, but I assume it does. This function will never be negative, I guess? I mean, well, I'm not completely sure on the justification for getting rid of the plus and minus, but that's also valid. You don't technically have to do it, but if that's the answer. That's how you get there. I'm gonna have to go put my dolphin on the couch. Okay, Silex, thank you for the follow. You get T squared plus C by just moving around the arbitrary constant. All right, see ya, Ivan. Thanks so much for Maya for asking a question. Hope we have a good day. So by the top and bottom by square root C, make the 1 over square root C into new C. Constant's so weird. T squared plus C. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, Abdul did say that. I must have assigned them? Oh, the negative sign got brought inside the constant, I bet. Hey, Axiomathica. The canceling C should be 1 over C minus T squared. Technically, yes. 1 over C is still just a constant, though, so I'm being a little lazy, but you can just call that C again. Okay, so I think what they did is they called this 1 plus negative C, and negative C is another constant, so you just call it C again. That feels like cheating, but I guess you're allowed to do it. So we can make this pluses and apparently not lose any information. I wouldn't have done that on my own. I would have called, I mean, I guess this the answer, but you can simplify it even further. Thanks for making that catch salty with the plus. Give the domain based on the value of C. Feels like that'll put a negative inside. I don't know, that might have to do with the plus and minus being on the outside. So I just kind of ignored it for the sake of the problem, but maybe you do somehow use the plus and minus to justify that too. I'm not sure. One minus T squared, T squared. I don't know if that's something Wolfram Alpha will do properly. Maybe? Oh, and then you need to say if C is less than 0, C greater than 0, C equals 0. Okay. We can do that. So the only time this is going to be invalid is when we have, it's a rational function, or I think it's still considered a rational function, right? We're not allowed to have 0 in the denominator, and we're not allowed to have a negative number underneath the square root. So those are the two situations to worry about. There's no other reason why the function can't exist or can't be defined for t. So for c, let's start with c greater than 0. If c is positive, t squared is always positive. And we're guaranteed not to have 0 in the denominator, even if t equals 0, because we know c is a positive number. So c greater than 0 is defined for everything. It's defined for all t's, I should say. Actually, I'll use interval notation. Negative infinity to positive infinity. Because we always have a positive number in the denominator, and that's all we care about. Viv, I don't think I got an answer for the stats problem. I was looking up what it could be, and then I would start working on Abdul's instead. If c equals 0, this is still valid for anything except when t equals 0. Because when t equals 0, we end up with 0 in the denominator. Every other situation... Oh, wait, no. T can equal 0. Oh, and that's fine, yeah. Everything else is fine. So I guess if we put in interval notation too, it'd be negative infinity. Oh my god, I can't draw infinity for the life of me. Minus infinity, 0, union, 0, positive infinity. And if c is less than 0, it's a negative number. We need to add I think we need to add a constraint, don't we? That t squared is greater than c, which is a little bit like nebulous, I guess, but we need to guarantee we have a positive number inside the square root, and for that, t squared has to be bigger. It's not or equal to, because equal to would give 0. I think that's how you would look at the domain for those situations, Abdul. I don't really like that last condition because t squared greater than c isn't really in the same format as the others, but I think it's equally as valid. So let me know if there's anything more you have to do with the problem, or you have a question about how I got that. Okay, thank you. All right, sounds good. Yeah, it's definitely a weird problem with those implications. Even I don't quite get every last aspect of how we got there, but it at least matches the answer that you said it was, and most everything I said, I think justified it. The plus and minus part is still really weird to me, and the minus c becoming plus c is also weird, but I guess those are constants for you. Okay. Oops. Let me bring up my Firefox again. The plus minus should remain? Really? Oh, did you say that the answer had that? You can still do the same exact thing as I did. Oh, yeah, you can still do the same exact thing as I did. Just make sure you have a plus and minus. I'm sorry if I missed that. It should still be there. But you can still just take my answer and make sure to include the plus and minus. Or take my like work, I guess. Okay, Algebra 2, no comments yet. Submitted just now. They got the wrong answer to this problem. They're not sure what they did incorrectly. Any help would be appreciated. Okay, so I don't get the full context of the problem here, but let's see if we can spot any errors here. So they have negative 5m plus 2 over 9 equals negative 8. They start by multiplying each side by 9, and they get negative 72 over here, which is good. They subtract 2 from each side to get negative 74. They divide by... They forget the negative sign on the 5. So it should be positive 74 over 5. I think that's the issue there. Oh, Abdul. Okay, so that's the complex number question. The subset of C described by the equation z over absolute value of C equals root 2 over 2 plus root 2 over 2I is... Oh! Huh. That's not absolute value, that's magnitude, I guess. Is that possible? It might be the empty set. No. Well, no. It might be, yeah, because that's a 45-degree angle. It'd be any z where the real and complex are equal to each other, right? As long as they're both positive? Or maybe also both negative. Well, we only have half lines and half planes. Wait, I should do a quick check. The complex variable magnitude? Okay, yeah, so I just want to make sure that I was right with the absolute value notation. That is basically the hypotenuse, and it is. So oh yeah, it does have to be a half line. Okay. So I think the way that we think about this, Abdul, so this really isn't my specialty, but I think I'm right here. I just haven't done very much with complex variables. So no, you can't work right now. Hopefully you can get back to it soon. But if z over the magnitude of z is equal to, we say root 2 over 2 plus root 2 over 2I, I'm thinking of like a 45-degree right triangle with these. And so I think it has to be basically this half line that has a 45-degree angle. And any of these, if you take any of these points and divide the complex number by its magnitude, you should get root 2 over 2 plus root 2 over 2I. And you don't use this other line coming out the other side because you would get negative 2 root 2 minus root 2 over 2. Because the complex, both parts of the complex number would be negative. So I think the answer is C, a half line. I never did a complex variable class though, so I'm going off my like basic understanding of what I do know. I'm pretty confident in this though. Because it's mostly based on triangles, because the magnitude of z, or it's basically like a vector even. It should be C? Okay, good. So yeah, I think that's the justification. And I guess even then with like a, or what made me think of it at first was the unit circle. Because when you have a 45-degree angle in the unit circle, it's the point root 2 over 2 comma root 2 over 2 when beta equals pi over 4 or a 45-degree angle. And any like scalar multiple of these would give you this result because you're dividing by the magnitude anyway. So that must be where the answer is C. to complex variables in like 2006. It's been a minute. I have a book on complex variables. I have not gotten very far on it. Once I started doing this math stream, I don't have that much motivation to study math outside of it. I hope that makes sense, Abdul. You have another one? Yeah, let's hear it. Oh, okay, let's see what Abdul says. In a function r onto r, differentiable, period of 2, always holds that A, for every t, there exists, is that psi? In t, comma t plus 2, such f prime of psi equals 0. B, oh my god, f prime of psi doesn't equal 0. That's my least favorite Greek letter too. I hate writing it. I hate saying it. Okay, so f prime of psi is not equal to 0 for every psi that in real. C, there exists t such that f prime of psi equals 0 for every psi in t, comma t plus c for every t. You know the translation? I assume it's radioactive, and if it is that way in the periodic table, like it gives off radiation. Yeah, I think that's the word. There exists t such that f prime of psi equals 0 for every psi in t, t plus c for every t. F prime of psi equals 0 for every psi in t, t plus 2. F prime of psi equals 0 for every psi. Well, D can't be true, right? Okay, and I'll saying A is just Rolle's theorem. If it's periodic, I guess you would have to have a critical point, right, in order for it to repeat. I forget what Rolle's theorem says. Function f is continuous on the closed interval a, b, and differentiable on the open interval. Such that f of a equals f of b, then f prime of x equals 0. Oh yeah, that is Rolle's theorem. And they say it's differentiable, so you don't have like a piecewise periodic function. Well, you can have a piecewise function that's still differentiable, right? I don't know. I don't think you use that to break the rule, though. Um, I guess, yeah, it has to be continuous for it to be differentiable. I mean, can we find a counterexample for B and C? D, I think, is just right out. Unless you have a constant function. But that doesn't always hold, because it only holds for a constant function. B, f prime of psi is not equal. Oh wait, A and B just contradict each other, and so it has to be one of those. Uh, yeah, A and B are saying the exact opposite thing as far as I can tell. So by how the function is set up, then you know, or the way the question is asked, I think it has to be A or B. C, honestly, I don't even understand what that is saying. But I'm pretty sure A is the answer. And Alti got there much quicker than me, so thank you, Alti. Yeah, I guess Rolle's theorem is a good call there. Gene calculum basics for years came in handy. Yeah, I remember this now that I see it. It definitely does not come to mind though. It is A? Okay, good. And all that for Calc 1. Like that. I didn't learn that Kasai was even a Greek letter until my last year of university. All right, let's unpin that now that we've answered it. In Italy. Oh, that's right. Yeah, the Italians are really good at math, I guess.